is solutions to the problems of invisible disabilities. In practice, persons with invisible disabilities must first identify themselves as persons with disabilities right away at the patient's registry. It is helpful to recognize them if they present their disability identity card or national registration card that indicates the mark of their disabilities. Medical registry staff guide them to the doctor's room and introduce them to the doctor or clinical staff on duty. Their card or file are left with the doctor, not on the pile of cards or files outside the doctor's room, but the doctor attends to them next instead of waiting on the queue. By this practice, they leave the hospital with a short time, feeling happy and appreciative of the medical staff courtesy. This is the best practice we are following at Kanyama First Level Hospital in Lusaka. The manner in which medical staffs communicate with patients who are disabled can facilitate their quick healing or worsen their healing process. Some nurses refuse to attend to under 5 babies seen with disabled mothers who may be unwell but are being denied attention because the mother are disabled. There is need of change of negative attitude among us doctors and nurses toward disabled mothers. Verbal communication does not take place when patients are deaf or mentally impaired. It becomes difficult to record a proper history of such patients. Mentally impaired patients need to come to hospital with their caregivers who will explain their story to the medical staff. As for the deaf patient, there are 2 solutions. The first one, deaf patients should visit the doctor with their signs language interpreters. Secondly, medical personnel to be trained in basic sign language communication skills. We have changed at Kanyama Hospital in the best way of handling persons with disabilities who attend for medical services.
The assumptions are broken and relationships have been established among some media practitioners and some people living with disabilities. What next from here?
Okay, one thing that I plan to take forward is to follow on the champions and DPOs that have been identified so that everything that they do is documented and will act as evidence of the results of this workshop. And one big thing that I want to bring to your attention is my intentions to work with Kalila and Mr. Mtonga to go around the country to conduct career days for children with disabilities in schools so that they are educated about careers that they can still follow on and then integrate HIV/AIDS prevention messages into all that. So if you are a DPO and you are interested and you feel you can jump on board, please, you're welcome.
I pledge that I'll work very closely with Bridget because this is my first interaction with Bridget's area of disability to make my small contribution to whatever efforts ZPI is making through Bridget.
From this workshop, I already have some ideas of what else we can do together with the media, and when I get that data of addresses and everything, I'll definitely get in touch with almost all of you
All I can hope is that following this training, the media and DPOs will be able to work closely, and that us as the media should be able to pick up the phone and, for instance, call one of the champions or anybody from the DPOs so that we can strengthen our relationships.
What I would do, I have 4 students that are visually impaired, and so I'm actually will be joining Mr. Mtonga in his lessons for Braille. But apart from that, I also have 2 hearing impaired students, and so I've actually enrolled with a friend of mine to learn sign language.
I'm dreaming big. I'm thinking of a 4 lab whereby maybe we'll come and sit again and see what we've done, because this one, just one off workshop, it won't take us anywhere.
I mean, people that matter in DPO issues, I think there will be need for us to sit down and work together to ensure that we take this agenda forward.
Representing Kanyama Hospital, I'm so impressed because I've learned a lot from these workshops, and I'll make sure that when I go back to my hospital, I share with the other medical personnel and see how. I know that we are already champions, but we'll be more champions.
I run a weekly magazine program, and I pledge that I'll try my best. I think starting from next week, where we can be including issues to do with disability, charting the way forward. For the champions, please, we'll be calling on you soon. We hope you will be availing yourself whenever we call upon you.
We still have a challenge, like we were saying, of statistics or information from you guys. This is why we find that when you give us your press statements or anything, we just trash them because we don't simply to understand. So make us understand your issues so that we can write properly. If we don't understand them, then we shall never write them.
Personally, I will remain connected. If you are not talking, I will cause you to talk. So I will be following up some of you so that at least we hear what you are doing. Otherwise, we are ready to work for the disability movement, just to ensure that someone out there who has a disability, who has no voice, can have his voice heard somehow.
I have a friend. I have some background in acting, and I love sports as well. So there's this woman, she's physically challenged, and she has always been asking me to feature in her movie. And the part I'm supposed to feature is to be actually in a relationship with another woman, but the woman is got a disability, a physical disability. So 3-4 times now coming to me to request that. But I think a personal pledge is like, I think I'm going to go for that.
I want to thank each one of you from the bottom of my heart for coming to this wonderful workshop. I want you to know that this workshop was not organized only by ZPI. There was DAT, Disability HIV and AIDS Trust, who put in their funding through ARASA. Then there was 3C, who contributed their facilitation skills for nothing. Normally, everywhere they have been, they charged a lot of dollars per day. But for ZPI, they said, since we have a heart for disability, we are going to do this and offer and give in this service for free. So we really so much appreciate the work of 3C and DAT. We are ever impressed and never get tired of facilitation skills. I must say they are very excellent, and they keep the group on their toes. And I'm sure you all agree with me that the workshop was very interactive and each one of you participated well. And last but not the least, I just want to remind you that ZPI is a 4.5-year program, which is in 7 provincial offices. That is Northwestern Province, Copperbelt Province, Lusaka Province, Southern Province, Copperbelt, and Central Province. We are opening our other offices next year in Mongu and in Northern Provinces. We already have another office in Wapula. So we work throughout the country, ensuring that persons with disability are reached. So I want to say once again that this workshop would not have been possible without the support from the USAID government.
The timing was perfect, the execution excellent, and the message straightforward. Don't diss my ability.